Ahoy, and welcome to our pretty much my first console stream or recording rather in a long time. So I got a new little, really pretty much the smallest capture card I've ever seen in my life, to be honest. It's the Avermedia Life Gamer Mini, and it really is mini. It's about a third of an Xbox controller, maybe half an Xbox controller if you want to. Yeah, it's probably smaller than a half of an Xbox controller. Um, I'd say quality is pretty decent. Um, I don't have the same problem that I had with my last Avermedia, which was that everything is just like um, the actual pass through is apparently only 720p on the other one. So I don't have that problem here. It's 1080p, 60 FPS. So it's still a bit soft. At least for this game, it's soft. I tried Ace Attorney before, and that wasn't as soft. But this one is rather soft. But yeah, let's actually try and get into the game and get some recording going here. Um, and we can actually look back in the log because in the last recording that I did on the internal video recorder, it kind of cut off. I really need to do something with the fan. I maybe need to undust everything frame, in my framebook, in my framework. Um, it's like the fan is going off already in my. I've only been recording for like a minute or two, and it's already gone going off. Um, yeah, I actually changed the bitrate a bit to get like slightly better quality because I realized even though my recorder my OBS was set to 1080p, the bitrate was so low that it couldn't possibly have been real 1080p except like yeah image size wise, but definitely like bitrate wise it was under 720p. Um, no wonder it looked so bad in some instances. Let's see.
I was one of the last people to see the victim alive, Sergeant.
Does that worry you?
Yes, it does. I feel I owe it to him to find his killer.
That is best left to the authorities, monsieur. Did he speak to you? Tell you anything?
No, he just grinned and nodded.
Don't let it trouble you, monsieur. Go home and try to forget.
I know the identity of the dead guy. His name was Plantow.
Is that so? You knew it, did you?
No, but
We'll know everything there is to know about him soon enough.
I'm trying to be helpful here.
The best way you can help us is to go home, monsieur.
Look, Sergeant, the inspector gave me his card.
Yes, monsieur. He wants you to advise him if you have any information concerning this case.
Well, I'd be glad to talk with him, but I don't want him working psycho weirdness on me.
No, monsieur. You're confusing the science of parapsychology with witchcraft.
Oh, yeah? What's the difference?
We don't sacrifice.
Oh, the music just changed. That's interesting. I don't know if that was due to me changing like into retro mode. I never realized how low resolution. This is how I remember the game looking, but obviously this is what the game actually looked like. I don't know. Maybe this is. I think this is probably based on the PlayStation One version. So I don't know if that's like even lower resolution because I think the PC version is like set 640 to 480, and I assume the PlayStation version would probably be even lower resolution than that. I don't know. I can't be sure. Maybe it is 480p. 480i at least. Not 480p, 480i at least. PlayStation 1. Right.
See you later, Sergeant.
Controls are. I feel the controls are rather nice. Like when you move over things, it kind of clicks into place. Yeah, it's pretty. Um, There's an examine and an inspect. What's the difference?
I considered straightening the table, but I figured it best not to disturb the evidence. The table had been overturned by the explosion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I feel the controls are pretty tight.
I contemplated crawling under the umbrella and pretending none of this had ever happened.
I don't know if it made sense that I even set it to 60 FPS because I'm not sure that game is even 60 FPS. But I'm recording at 60 FPS, so whatever. Pick up the newspaper.
The leading article referred to the visit of a Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state. That was the only news story. The rest was rumor, gossip, and sensationalism. Then I noticed the writing at the foot of the page. It read Salah ad-Din, 1345.
The graphics are so beautiful. Let's go back here. Yeah, I remember in the interview, Charles Cecil said that the drain pipe wasn't drawn to the top of the screen, and yeah, it isn't. It really isn't. Now it sort of is.
I took a deep breath and prepared to climb the drain pipe. I guess the clown had an escape over the rooftops. The drain pipe hung limp and useless. It was a plastic crate. There was nothing of interest.
I like what he did in terms of shadow work. This looks rather flat, just like my own little game. This looks beautifully shaded.
It was a battered old trash can.
Instead of switching, when I see animations like this, instead of switching, I almost want to play through this game 2 times. Once with the new remaster mode, and once like this. I don't know. It kind of feels like you want to play through this twice. Maybe I will. Maybe because of all the achievements and whatnot. I'll just stick to the.
I'd had it sticking my nose in the French trash cans.
There's not even an option to talk to the trash cans, so you can say little stuff like, "I'm not much for trash talk." What game is that? My game has that. Yeah, talking about my engine, my skunk engine, I plan on implementing some more non-traditional adventure style games. I have an idea for like a demo of an Ace Attorney style thingamajig. And then I also plan on doing a demo for something akin to what's the name of the game? Case of the Golden Idol. I love Case of the Golden Idol. It's one of my favorite games this year that I played this year. It's really beautiful. And I think an interface like this would be easy to pull off in Scum. Like the text clues could just be verbs. The standard verb would be set to use. So you can actually use a verb. So no wait, I guess so the actually instead of oh wait that's so instead of verbs, I would mostly use the verbs as items, or rather objects as verbs. So I would have like a so you'd pick up a name, and then the only verb, technically the only verb that you're going to use aside of pick up is use in terms of actual engine design. and then you would use the name. So you'd pick up the name at first if you hover over that one item in the main screen, and then when you actually switch to the clue screen, it would use the name that you just picked up. It technically should work rather easily. Like the mechanic is just that a verb or name or whatever, a noun or a verb, are just objects. Like there would not be any graphics for an object, just text. So it should work. I'll give it a try. It will require some different coding, obviously, from my own game, but I think it would really be nice to have that. I'm really fascinated by that kind of genre of Case of the Golden Idol. I would love to make a game like that myself.
With my fingers, but couldn't gain any leverage. It
was a heavy cast iron cover.
Okay, we're just gonna see. I'm not playing for long, I guess. Well, just my first time really playing this with my new life gamer, so we'll see. Let's actually move to the next screen. I remember playing that game when there was like a copy of the demo in a PlayStation magazine. I actually played it on my older brother's PlayStation. It's still beautiful. Like the old graphics are still beautiful as well. I feel it's faithful though. Like obviously it's very different graphically, but I feel it's still faithful.
The muscular workman wore a morose expression, like a silent warning to get on with the job. Hi, can you spare a few minutes?
I thought you'd been arrested.
No,
it was a misunderstanding. When he pulled that gun, I thought that was it. Those automatics might want a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought it was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist?
He was only doing his duty, I guess. Did you see an old guy with a briefcase?
Wait, silly old coot. Do you know what he said to me? Work fascinates me, he said. I could watch it all day. Girl, beat. I could have knocked his block off.
Did you recognize the old man?
No. Should I have done? Was he a celebrity?
No, but I guess he is now. His name was Quenta.
Was? He's dead then?
Yeah.
That's too bad. Now I wish I hadn't called him what I did. If only I could turn back the clock. If only I'd been more tolerant.
Regret and remorse are strange emotions. They really bring out the hammiest actors in people. Did you see a clown come by this way?
A clown? Like in a circus?
Yeah, with makeup and a big red nose.
Oh, those guys are funny, aren't they?
Not in my experience.
I love the circus, especially the horses.
You haven't answered my question. Have you seen a clown?
You think I've got time to watch everyone who passes by? Some of us have to work for a living.
Look, I know you're busy, but surely you've noticed a clown.
I told you already. I didn't see a thing.
He was wearing multicolored baggy trousers and makeup.
It'd be a poor sort of clown if he didn't.
Listen, I have to find that clown. He's a killer.
Why is he badgering him?
Who are you anyhow? A cop?
No, of course not. I mean, do I
look like a cop? I guess not. How do you know this guy's a killer? Did you see him in action?
Didn't you hear the explosion? The cafe was blown up.
The clown killed the old man?
That's right. Blew him up with a bomb concealed in his squeeze box.
Nah. Why did he go to the bother of dressing up like a clown?
Who can unravel the tangled logic of a killer's mind? I guess it's some deep-seated psychological need. Or just plain showmanship.
The way he just kept badgering him about the clown, like the fact that I was given that option multiple times after he said that he doesn't know a thing about the clown, kind of reminded me of Shenmue. Like, are there any sailors around? Are there any Chinese people around? Are there any Chinese sailors around?
Would you like to read my newspaper?
I haven't got time to read that. Can't you see I'm busy?
You could read it on your lunch break.
10 minutes is all I get. And if my boss had his way, I wouldn't get that. He'd have me on a break. So I didn't have to stop to eat.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
Bah! Look at this. Damn bleeding on the liberals. Gah! Save the dolphins. Catch them and eat them, I say. All that fuss over a bunch of fish. Nah, that's more like it. Look at the size of those. Like champagne bottle cork, no? What's this? Saleh running in the Prix de la Passion.
It's a racehorse?
A horse? A legend. Bucephalus reborn, mon ami. Like a streak of lightning she is. Do me a favor, won't you? Keep an eye on my hold. I'm gonna put some money on that night.
Keep an eye on my hole, that sounds. The original. Oh wow, they even added like shadows. I didn't even notice that there's like character shadows.
It was a huge and weighty-looking engineer's telephone.
Oh, I can call from here. Okay, I get it.
Bonjour, Cuba.
Oh, hi. It's George Stobart, the American at the cafe.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I can help.
Have you any news for me?
Well, I haven't had a lot of luck.
You found nothing.
No.
I'm very busy right now. Call me if you have any news, okay?
Oh. Yeah, I guess.
Adieu, monsieur.
Yeah, see ya.
I feel like any version of Nicole past the original in the first game is just completely butchered. Like, I don't know. I don't look the design. I don't like the new design of Nicole. She looks like, I don't know, plastic surgery. Like Megan Fox at age 38. I don't know. It's strange.
It was a battered metal toolbox. I found just what I wanted. A tool for lifting manhole covers.
Nice. That's a hotel. Oh, I don't. So, I'm actually gonna look inside of here for a second. Here's a game help. Interesting. I'm a save game. I haven't actually done a save game yet, so. Wasn't there a video option? Okay, there's graphics, original, minimal. Oh, there's even a custom option. Interesting. But yeah, I prefer the classic option. I actually pre-ordered. Well, I didn't pre-order. I ordered the day after. I didn't find out. I saw a random video suggestion on YouTube for Epic Mickey rebrushed. I didn't know that was a thing. I knew about Epic Mickey rebrushed. I didn't know that there's a collector's edition. I did manage to snag one for PC. So yeah, all good. I did. I'm probably also getting the game for Xbox. If there was if the PlayStation 5 version, even though I don't have a PlayStation 5, but if the PlayStation 5 version had move controls, I probably would have preferred the PlayStation 5. Since it doesn't, it really doesn't matter. But yeah, I'll probably get the Xbox version because I tried the demo on both my Xbox and my PC next to each other, and but the PC version and the Xbox version, they looked about the same, except that the gamma settings on the PC version were way darker by default, and also the performance is just. The problem is after a while on my framework, which is why I probably need some sort of cooling pad, or I don't know, it gets really hot. Like the fan is already blowing now, and I don't know if it's like just related to dust. If I need to clean it up inside, I don't think so though. I think it just did this from the very start as well. Just not. It's just very tightly packed, and the GPU inside, the APU inside, are just getting quite hot. So there's that. I do need to clean it though. There's some dust on there, some spots, but that's not related to why the performance is so bad. I think. Yeah, I definitely need to. Um, but yeah, I prefer a console, and maybe I'll get a mini PC at some point. I don't feel a framework.
Smelled like someone had dumped a truckload of fish in a locker room on a hot summer afternoon.
I actually liked gaming on my MacBook while I still had it on the Apple Silicon MacBook, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of throttling going on an AMD based laptop, and in general x86 based laptops, and yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. It's not as much fun as playing it on console. I don't know. I mean, the fan is running now, and all it does is just having OBS open and a couple browser tabs. So
I examined the boxes closely. They were damp, smelly, and decidedly empty.
right. I mean, I know where to go. I'm just checking out some stuff. Wait, I'll just inventory, zero key, and manual cover.
I lifted the cover to reveal what smelled like the entrance to a sewer.
It's kind of a shame that the new one won't look like that, although now that I've seen an interview by Charles Cecil and him telling people how much it actually costs to... Oh, okay, I guess I can... Interesting. You can... Like, there's some animations that only exist in the new version, I guess. Couldn't switch to, like, an old animation version. Oh, interesting. And yeah, this is not switchable. But yeah, he kind of explained how it cost him over $500,000 just to redo all the sprites. So with that in mind, I can see why he would go with 2.5D or rather 3D with the new game.
As I picked up the plastic ball, I realized it was intended to be worn.
I can kind of see why they would do the new one.
The clown's red nose.
Because if you have decent 3D models, then you don't need to redo all the sprites every time. You don't need to draw every single animation. Even though probably people who are good at onion skinning can probably do it rather quickly. He said it took like an hour per sprite per frame. So, but yeah, I can see the point. A lot of money being spent on doing that. That is probably why 2D animation kind of fell out of fashion.
I scooped up the sodden tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers. It was a small scrap of cloth caught on the rusting spike. I took hold of the scrap material and unsnagged it from the spike.
I'm actually gonna build my little Dunning Mills game when I've maybe a more complete version. I'll actually rebuild the whole thing for Xbox and gonna test it on my Xbox. gonna be interesting what it will look like here. Yeah, I'm still struggling to get like a higher resolution version to work. Well, or actually lower resolution rather, but it upscales to a. Obviously, it upscales anyways, but you know, fitting into a 16:9 aspect ratio. Um, oh, it was a hotel.
Hold it right there. You swear, man. I knew you'd come back. And now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there. Immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
You won't catch me with tricks like that. Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
I was looking for a clown.
Ridiculous. Do you really expect me to believe that?
He planted a bomb in the cafe and blew it up.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu. That is awkward. And you say the person responsible was dressed as a clown?
That's right. He blew up the cafe, escaped into the sewer, changed his clothes, and came up here.
Mon Dieu. Then the man I kissed. Do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
That still does not explain what you were doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipe was such an attraction.
What's interesting is the text doesn't actually like. So you would think that if it's just the same old game running in the background, that the UI would also change to the old UI. But I guess it doesn't. Well, actually, it makes sense because there's so many changes to the original UI, so you probably can't port them over. They probably had to just like render the actual like animations, like the actual game screen. Oh, I need a drink in a second. So they actually, from the looks of it, they just render the game screen underneath without the GUI, and then the GUI is sitting on top of the actual game. Like they kind of separated the two. So I'm gonna make a sure. I'm gonna come back later here and have a drink, and yeah. So this is my first video, I guess, on this little Life Gamer Mini card. Let's hope it turns out all right.